told our team, the first team meeting when we got down here, that this bowl chose us, and we wanted to go out and validate their choice with the way that we played today, and we ultimately weren't able to get it done. Really a hurt locker room in there, as you can imagine. A lot of guys that have poured their heart and soul into Gamecock football, and wanted so much for them to.
All right, we'll start questions in the room.
Hey, get that 10th win. We weren't able to get it done, but like I just told them in there, just don't lose sight of the journey that we've been on and what these guys have done since January when they came back. And we got a hurt for our seniors that we didn't send them out better, but just told them in there, don't forget this feeling. Play Virginia Tech in 243 days, and we got a lot of work to do between now and then. In all my years of being around football, I've never seen an opposing head coach come over to the opposing team's sideline and basically make a gesture towards the opposing head coach. And I think he was upset about something that we did on the kickoff return in regards to Juju on the throwback to Nick Harbor. But I would say he needs to check the rule book, because that's something that we cleared with the officials before the game. So disappointing. He got a lot of respect for him. He's obviously done this for a long time, but in all my years of coaching, I've never seen that happen, David. An opposing coach come over while his player's hurt and basically have something to say to the opposing head coach. But I got my own team to worry about. We weren't good enough today. I think his issue was when we threw the throwback kickoff return. Our kickoff returner did this, which most teams, that's a signal that it's a touchback and we're not going to return the kick. You're allowed to do that as long as you don't do a waving motion. It's no different than on a punt. If the punt returner comes pointing to the ball that's bouncing on the ground, he's allowed to return it. If you're doing this, you're not allowed to return it. There was no waving of the arms, and I cleared it with the Big 12 officials before the game. I told them we were going to do it, making sure they were good with it. And they said, yeah, just as long as he doesn't wave the arms. So I think he had an issue with that. You have to ask him why he didn't take it up with the officials and why he felt the need to come over here while his player was on the ground and look at me and say something to me and do that motion at me like I was full of you-know-what to do it. That's what I have an issue with. And when I'm a competitive guy. When somebody says that to me, I'm going to respond, because I thought that was Bush League, just to be completely honest. And again, I got my own team to worry about. Give them credit. I got a ton of respect for Coach Bielema. I've really enjoyed being around him this week. We're two competitive guys, but I thought that was uncalled for. I would hope they'd be remembered for the foundation they laid and the amazing moments that they created this season. There's a lot of people, if you look at those preseason projections, very few of them even had us in a bowl game in 2024. I may or may not have some of those saved on my phone as reminders, because there was a lot. Some of y'all as well. Some of the national media. I mean, there's one thought we were going to go 3-9, and somebody thought we were going 5-7. There weren't a lot of people picking us to be in a bowl game, much less the Cheez-It Citrus Bowl. And guys like Lenoris, who was voted a permanent team captain by his teammates, and the rest of these guys said, that's BS. We got a heck of a team, and we're going to go work our butts off and leave this program better than we left it after the 23 season. And since they've come back in January, they've been unbelievable. I mean, I know everybody sees what we did the last 12 weeks or 13 games, but just the work that these guys put in from January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, throughout the season. I just told them in the locker room to sit there and be 3-3 at one point in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. And there was a lot of hurt and frustration in that locker room, because at that point we had 2 losses by a total of 5 points. The way that group came together, I'd hope that they would be remembered for that in life, adversity happens and adversity comes your way. And when we dealt with adversity at 3-3, no one in our program blinked. And to run off 6 wins in a row like we did, and have a shot at the playoff going into the last weekend, and then to come down here and have an opportunity to win 10 games, I'd hope they'd be remembered for the great moments on the field, for a lot of the things that they accomplished this year for the first time ever at Carolina, and just what a special group of young men they are. We talked about it in our team meeting last night, the legacy that they left, and I said it in the locker room at Clemson after the game. I think it was on one of our social media accounts, but like, they're the example of what it's supposed to be as a student athlete in college athletics. This senior class, and whether the guys have been here since 2020 or the guys like D. Knight and Torricelli that came in here this year. It's a really special group of guys, and I'm going to miss the heck out of them.